dropping by my channel At Home Fine Eating. Today I'd like to show you how to make my chicken and broccoli. It's really good stuff. I love Asian cuisine. So let's get right to it. Let me go over the ingredients with you. Now you can make this with just some white rice or noodles, whichever you prefer. Today I'm going to use some vegetarian Asian noodles, and they only cook for 2 minutes. So we're going to do them kind of towards the middle of the last, because it doesn't take them very long at all. I already got some water in the pan over here for them and the broccoli. All right, so I've got one large chicken breast, which is plenty. Now you can use a half of a large and medium onion, or I've got kind of a small onion here. I'm going to use the whole thing. Got half a carrot. I've got 2 decent sized cloves of garlic. And I've got about 6 or 7. I got 7 mushrooms here, just depending on how many of them you want. You can use celery, sweet peas, whatever vegetables you like. These are just what I have here today and kind of my favorites. So of course we got one good head of broccoli, and we'll end up using about maybe a 1/4 cup or a 1/3 of a cup of cornstarch, and then of course some soy sauce, and we're going to use some oyster sauce, oyster flavored sauce, and some sesame oil. Got toasted sesame oil. We've got 1 can of chicken broth and some vegetable oil and salt and pepper. Now I've got a couple of bowls here that we're going to use to prep the chicken in, and I got this little measuring cup here that I use to make the cornstarch, and just cold water. We'll mix that together to thicken it as we get towards the end. So right now I want to go ahead and prep the meat and vegetables, get them chopped up, and then we'll be ready to start cooking. All right, first we're going to cut this chicken up and get it ready. So, all right, we're going to cut the chicken breast long ways into 3 pieces. A little nugget here, it's already a nice size. So now we're just going to cut this on an angle. Just cut them about a quarter inch thick, maybe just a hair thicker than a 1/4 inch. So we're going to put chicken right in this bowl here. So just keep cutting these on a slight angle. All right, now that we've got the chicken cut into pieces, we're going to salt it pretty good, probably about ½ a teaspoon of salt. We're going to pepper it about the same, about ½ a teaspoon of pepper. Then we're going to go with just a little bit of sesame oil and a little bit of soy sauce. Now I'm going to mix this all together. Alright, now we're going to add a little cornstarch to this. Let's say about 1 tablespoon. That'll just help the chicken brown when we fry it. Alright, we're going to mix that all together. Alright, so we got the chicken ready to fry, and we're just going to set it to the side for right now while we prep these vegetables. Now, take this onion, stand it up on its axis and cut it in half. And then we're just going to slice it. That way. Alright, there's our onion. Next we're going to do the garlic. There's our garlic. Now on this carrot, we want to cut a flat side on it. And then lay it on that flat side. Now we're just going to cut this in thin slivers. Alright, and then we're going to turn these on their side just like that. And slice them. This way. Alright, there we have the carrots. And the mushrooms, we're just going to good enough. There we have all our vegetables prepped and ready to go. Except the broccoli. Now we're going to cut the broccoli straight into this pan of water. Alright, so we're going to cut the broccoli flowerets in here, leaving a little bit of stem on them. And we're going to boil the broccoli for 2 minutes and then take it out and rinse it in cold water. We want it to stop cooking. We don't want it to cook too long and get mushy. So there we have our broccoli ready to go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the stove. Alright, so I got the chicken all ready to fry, got the vegetables all cut up. Now I've also got my little toaster oven going over here with 2 egg rolls, just 2 store-bought egg rolls. But I like to put my dishes on top of the oven so they'll just get warm. Anytime you can have your plates warm or your serving dishes warm, it's just going to help you keep your food warm when you get ready to serve it. So we got those over there warming up. The egg rolls are baking, and our broccoli is starting to boil. I'm going to set the timer on 2 minutes. When the broccoli starts to boil it for 2 minutes, rinse it in cold water, and then strain it so it'll get as much water out of it as possible. So we're going to start out with the vegetable oil and the sesame oil to fry our chicken in. So let's get that going. We got a little vegetable oil in there, so we're going to go and we're going to turn this up on about 7. Want some good heat to fry this chicken in. I'm going to put about the same amount of toasted sesame oil. It's got a lot more flavor. So we want about a 1/3 cup altogether vegetable oil and sesame oil to fry this chicken in. So we're going to give that just a second to heat up. And we're going to fry this chicken. It doesn't take long, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the chicken in here. I'm going to fry this for about 3 or 4 minutes until it gets just a little brown. All right, chicken's coming along really good, starting to get brown. I'm just going to keep rolling this over. Come along good, it won't take much longer. Alright, I'm going to roll this chicken over again. So don't even worry about stuff sticking to the bottom because that just makes it better. Alright, I'm going to strain this broccoli. And I'm going to rinse it in some good cold water. You want to stop cooking. You want mushy broccoli. Put this in a strainer. You want as much water to come out of there as possible. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put enough water in here to cook our noodles in. We're not going to cook them right yet, they only take a couple of minutes. Alright, so I've got my noodle water. I'll put just a little bit of salt in the noodle in it. Alright, our chicken's looking really good. So at this point, we're going to turn this heat off and we're going to remove all this chicken. Get all the chicken pieces out. We're just going to set this to the side for now. Alright, we got our chicken all out. Sitting over here to the side, it's time to go ahead and put our vegetables in. Now, there's still oil left in the wok here. I'm going to turn the heat back on. Turn it up about on 5. And we're going to add the garlic and the onions first. You want them on the bottom. Carrots. I just want the onion and the garlic on the bottom so these will cook a little bit longer than the other stuff. Alright, our vegetables are in there. Alright, we're going to turn this up just a little bit. Go ahead and put it on about 7. Now while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get my noodles going. We don't have too much longer and we'll be ready to eat. Alright, my water's boiling pretty good, so I'm going to put 2 of these noodles in here. Turn this down a little bit. And we're going to boil those for 2 minutes. Alright, our vegetables are looking nice and tender, so we should be ready to go ahead and add our 1 can of chicken broth. That's a 14.5-ounce can of chicken broth. Now we're going to go ahead and add maybe 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Just drizzle a little bit around in there. Alright. And then we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Alright. And some good old salt and pepper. Now we just want to heat this up real good. Let them vegetables cook in that juice just a little bit more. And as you can see, it's got some good color, and it's going to have some good flavor too. As our vegetables and stock continues to heat up and reduce just a little bit, we want to get our cornstarch ready for the next step. Okay, so we're going to take probably about 3 tablespoons, one big heaping, about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And we're just going to cover that really good with some cold water. All right, we got this covered up with cold water real good. We just want to stir it. You can feel it. You can feel it. Just you need to mix it all together where it turns into just like a milky liquid. All right, our vegetables have been simmering for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's looking really good. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to put the cornstarch and cold water in there, but mix it up again. Make sure it's stirred together good. Now, once you pour this in there, you kind of want to stir it kind of quickly. So we're going to pour and stir. Now, you can add more cornstarch if you like it thicker. It's entirely up to your preference. But you see how it thickened it up? That looks pretty good to me. That was about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch covered in cold water. Alright, now that we've got our thickness where we want it, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken. Let that heat up. Just coat everything real good. Alright, we're going to let that simmer for just a minute and get the chicken nice and hot, and then we'll put our broccoli in. Alright, we've given our chicken a minute to heat up. So now we want to add our well-drained broccoli. The same thing with the broccoli. Just fold over and just coat that broccoli good. Well, I hope that looks as good on there as it does to me. This is one of my favorite meals. And the good thing about this chicken and broccoli, and also the beef and shrimp and broccoli, is it's just not heavy. It doesn't sit on you. It's just good eating. All right, so we're gonna let that just sit there and warm up just a little bit, get the broccoli warm, and we'll be ready to plate it. All right, so everything has come together really good here. This dish is ready to plate. Now I've got my noodles in my 2 warmed up serving dishes, and we're just gonna put this right over the top. Our egg rolls are warm. Well, there you have it. Dave's chicken and broccoli. Man, this is really good stuff. I hope you enjoy it. I really appreciate you stopping by my channel. And like I said, I hope you enjoy the food. Once again, I'm David Thornton. I appreciate you and have a wonderful day. Thank you.